Hello and welcome to Internet Supreme Court. Just like the regular Supreme Court, you didn't vote for any of us, but don't worry, we're not corrupt. We're going to cover everything this week. We cover the current cultural zeitgeist. We cover old memes. We cover 100 people versus gorillas. We cover gorilla videos. We cover everything. To bring in some of the other corrupt judges that we have with us, welcome the corrupt, dishonorable Nate Lopez.
Good evening. I'm working on my Dracula impression. What do you think?
Try it again.
Good evening.
I mean, it's not worse than Adam Sandler in any of the Hotel Transylvania. It's pretty
That's
good.
what I'm channeling. So he's my definitive Dracula.
Oh no, I disagree. Disagree. Welcome to the stage, the dishonorable Katie.
Hello. I can do a dove.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Very spooky and peaceful now. Good evening.
Oh, my car just broke down?
Welcome. Good evening.
Let's welcome the dishonorable Judge Kelly to this stupid fest.
Good evening. That's the Sandler doing it.
Yeah, ooh, it's spooky. Whoa. Yeah.
Happy best
too. Yeah.
And then a dove.
Yeah, where's that goddamn
Bacon,
dove?
Megan, I was literally thinking of you. I was thinking of you literally today, listening to a different podcast where they were discussing what are the things that let you know you're about to watch a bad movie. And the number one thing they picked was Rob Schneider's in the trailer.
Yo.
Oh no.
If Rob Schneider is heavily featured in the trailer, you're in trouble. You're in deep shit. And that's a hot take. By the way, we do have an ad this week. We are brought to you this week. Speaking of, sounds like a YouTube comments. We're brought to you by YouTube comments. They pay a lot of money to show these off. Katie, yeah, add your Venmo. Go ahead.
Okay.
Speaking of which, here's some YouTube comments from us, from one of ours. Here's one from the Gulf of America video. Oh, yeah, it's going to stick because America said so.
That's true. Yeah.
Can't argue. Can't argue with that. There's no debate. No. Oh, this is also on the Chicken Jockey video. These are the only two comments. It's the only two comments. We got this unhinged one with no punctuation and just random capitalization. But let me just try to read through this in one breath.
It's very hard.
I completely disagree. Why would you defend this behavior? Kids will be traumatized from this, and you will think it is a joke. It's a movie theater, not a playground. People should be sitting down and be quiet and watch the film, and you could think that is a joke for sure, but it'd be funny to watch online. But if you was actually there, you would be finding out it's so funny then, and then, I couldn't make it. And what also poor cleaners has to clean up the fucking mess. I bet you wouldn't do it.
Wow,
And
what if a
riveting-
child reads that comment?
I feel
Yes.
like
Stares.
this person works at a theater.
I hope, based on the no punctuation and random capitalization, I think this is an older person. And
that's true.
Yeah. And I don't know. We covered all those things in that video, you guys.
I want to hear the second comment in Adam Sandler's voice.
Riveting video gaggling. You see what? Yeah. Riveting video gaggling.
There you go. That's the one.
There it is.
And a dove.
Yeah, what's happening? Riveting video gaggling. Speaking of which, there's the Adam Sandler Please Stop podcast, because for some reason Spotify allows comments now, and I get really just great comments all the time, emailed to me, like being like, "Hey, somebody commented on one of your things from it's from 2018. I came here to listen to the album, not hear people shit all over young Adam Sandler. You are not funny, so stop insulting people who are." I don't.
That's a threat.
No. You're in the podcast section of Spotify. I don't know how to explain to you that I'm sorry this isn't what you were looking for. Do you not know how to use the internet, buddy?
Bacon.
Bacon.
They are ultra cool. So
Oh.
you kind of lose.
They're the same people who, like, my personal YouTube channel is just called Matt Kelly Podcasts, and all it is the megaphone feed to all of the podcasts that I do. And I will get comments every single day. It's like, what's this bullshit? It's not even the movie. It's just a still image of the person talking on it.
Wow. Wow.
People get so mad that it's not the movie or thing. Like they just don't know how to use things, and they yell at you about it.
I love comments.
They think they're talking to public. Yeah, but I would like to say those are all our bad ones. We got a lot of great comments.
Yeah.
A lot of great YouTube comments from a lot of great people. Nate Lopez, you snuck one in there. On the
That's not
right
me.
here.
My name's Nate Lopez, not LopeyNap53.
On the right middle. But I want to say thank you to the people who left nice comments, and I'm guilty of this too. I don't leave YouTube comments. I just watch a video, and if I don't like it, I leave. If I like it, I watch the whole thing, and then I get out. But I've now started leaving nice comments on people's videos just because I'm like, oh yeah, I fucking hate dealing with this.
Yeah.
Hate dealing with this.
Yeah.
That is true. That's very nice of you.
Thanks. So I'm not guilty. I just want to say
Oh yeah.
before we
Mhm.
start, if anything comes up about me during
Oh.
this, just want you to know I'm not guilty.
Hmm. Okay.
No, you can't vote yet. We don't know what's happened. Katie, you want to introduce our guest judge?
Yeah, well, speaking of people that say really nice things, we've got someone that's coming on today that is about to launch the Kickstarter for the second season of 12-Sided Die, which is directed by Tim Russ. Please, everybody, welcome Curtis Fortier.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
Hey, there it is.
Oh.
Yay!
Thank you for having me on. Thank you for having me on. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you,
can't
Katie.
wait.
Of
Thank you, everybody.
course.
Yeah, you
I
guys
don't
want to
have
talk
an
about
Adam
your stuff?
Sandler voice to do, or even Dracula to be
Okay.
to be scary. I don't.
Can
Do
you
you
say
say
I'm
good
in love
evening like that?
Yeah, just say good evening.
Yeah, just a Christopher
Good.
Walken
Good.
Dracula.
Evening.
Yeah, there you go. Christopher Walken,
You all.
Dracula.
I mean,
could you do me a favor and just say I love your innie?
I love your innie.
Okay, there you go.
that's
There you
amazing.
go.
Katie.
Severance reference.
Oh,
Do you guys want to talk about your project together? A little bit about it?
Well, we do have a very special event happening right after Internet Supreme Court, which is really exciting. But I might as well just hop into my case if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's hear your case.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, because that's for later. This is for now. If someone wouldn't mind putting my shared
Oh, and
my share screen. There we are. All right, gentlemen of the jury, I would like to ask you if you know anything about the TV show iCarly. Can you-
This is an embarrassing thing to admit. I've never watched a second of iCarly, but a YouTuber that I follow did a 30-hour YouTube docuseries about every episode, and I watched all 30 hours of that. So I feel fairly
Matt.
well versed in iCarly.
I'm currently doing the same with Emily in Paris. So
Yeah.
weird.
You know what? As soon as you said that, Matt, I'm like, that's the only way I could take this in.
Yeah.
I have to watch
A
an expert
30-hour
on it.
documentary.
Yeah.
I used.
Or maybe
I
if
used
there's a
iCarly
15
once
hour.
to- I used iCarly once to pick up a girl.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was some friends were daring, like, oh, who's that woman over there? Looks familiar, and she was very cute. And I'm like, I should go over there and talk to her. And I walked up to her, and I'm like, are you an actress? She's like, no, not at all. She's like, why would you think that? I go, you look like the mom from iCarly, and I don't even know if there's a mom on there. I don't know what the deal is.
I certainly don't
But-
see a mom in this photo that Katie
This is a lot of children.
No, but that was iCarly was my go-to old TV show. So it,
That's
Oh,
kind of genius.
I got her
I
phone
love
number.
it.
That was great.
Was
Yeah,
that was your pickup line?
That was my
I'm
pickup.
Googling
Like,
it
you
right
look like the
now.
mom from iCarly. And she's like,
Thank
oh,
you.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait for you to say something like, "You look like the mom from Sister Sister" to someone like me.
From 227.
Yeah. Well, speaking of iCarly, do you guys know what iCarly and the George Clooney directed movie Midnight Sky have in common?
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
No,
No.
That was
No?
on Netflix.
no.
It's a movie on Netflix, but I don't think iCarly's on Netflix.
Okay.
Here, I'll give you a little something more. How about what does iCarly, Midnight Sky, and Horizon Forbidden West have in common? Any? No clues?
No.
Nothing? Okay.
So far, I've
All
only
right.
heard of iCarly of the things that you've asked about.
I'll
Really?
take a guess. Can I take a guess? They
Okay.
all fund Al Qaeda.
No, that's incorrect.
That's
Okay.
actually what the,
Good guess.
Not in the dark.
Good guess.
that's what the I stands for in iCarly.
I think you've been listening to my voice doppelganger. The voice doppelganger might be saying that, but
Yeah.
that's not me. Well, you might know him because of the guy who also played this character in Horizon Forbidden West. Or perhaps you might know him from his guest appearances on, I don't know, Batman, or perhaps Family Matters, or perhaps Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yes, indeed, I am talking about Tuvok, aka Tim Russ. You probably know him from either one of two things, either being a Vulcan on Star Trek or from this very famous
Oh.
line. We ain't found shit from Spaceballs. Yes, that is indeed Tim Russ. So, gentlemen, welcome to the trial of Tim Russ.
Oh, I love that's one of the greatest visual jokes of all time.
Yeah,
It
yes.
really
Oh.
is. It really is.
I want to get that helmet just to wear during the show.
Listen, I have something for you that you might like, but we're gonna show that a little bit.
A soccer
later.
ball with and some spray paint. Okay.
Perfect.
Um,
There you go.
however, Tim Russ is not just an actor, guys. He's done so many other things that I don't think many people know about. And one of those is that he also has a band that he plays with at the Kibitz Room, which is exactly a place that I used to go to after shows, a couple of like doors down when I was doing sketch shows.
Three
and I would
doors
go
down?
and yeah, actually 3. Yeah. That was actually
Keep
my
going.
first concert.
Keep
is
going.
Theodore
Keep
Stone.
going.
no.
No.
That's
No,
incredible. Good for you.
bad
Good
take.
for you.
But you know what? You know what's better than Theodore's Down? Tim Russ and his band. He does a lot of
Yes.
blues. It is phenomenal. I love the Kibitz Room. You can see a lot of really great artists out of there. But he also is very popular in digital media, such as recently going on Go Fact Yourself. Shout out to my buddy J. Keith Van Stratton. What up? He's guest appeared on so many different shows. He's also been caught explaining May 4th at UCB. This is one of the funniest videos, if you haven't seen it, of him explaining why May 4th is very popular. He might be known for Star Trek, but he also knows quite a bit about Star Wars. And he's also, oh my God, he's going to be appearing on Geekscape Network right after this show. That's wild.
What
I
a
can't-
coincidence.
I can't
Who's one of the
believe.
hosts of that?
Oh my God, I am the host of Napping Through Happy Hour.
No way!
I know, this is so crazy, you guys. But also, I wouldn't have guessed that Tim Russ would have been on Geekscape by any stretch of the imagination. No, not him. Well, listen, Tim Russ is not just a phenomenal person and a phenomenal actor. He is also someone who finds shit. He's not someone who says, we ain't found shit.
Uh-huh.
He is somebody who finds shit for NASA. Okay,
Oh, wow.
he found an asteroid with his own telescope, you guys, and helped NASA in one of their missions. This guy is not just we ain't found shit. This guy is a mensch, all right? And I am shooketh I'm shooketh that there isn't more memes for Tim Russ. This beautiful nerd is an icon amongst all the nerds, especially D&D nerds, you guys. How great is D&D? Like this little meme right here. When you spend a full year playing campaign together and your DM says, I have grown to respect a great many of you. Others I have learned to tolerate. Great crossover line. Love it. Slap it on a t-shirt. Put it up in TeePublic underneath Geekscape. I would love to have that. Merchandising, guys. Tim Russ is not just we ain't found shit. Tim Russ deserves better memes and better gifts. Perhaps like this one from Family Matters. I'm still here. I don't remember the context of this episode. I didn't have enough time to really research it.
Oh
but
no,
he
no!
still is.
I think I know. It's the one where the neighbor Steve comes over and does something weird, and the whole family has to deal with it. I think
All right.
that was the. I think
That narrows
that's
it
the
down.
part.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
yeah,
go.
narrows it
that
down,
one.
Yeah, that one.
Season
All right.
4,
All right.
episode 9. Thank you so
Yeah.
much,
Oh,
Curtis,
yeah.
for helping me get down to that.
Yeah, so easy.
Love it. Well, I say that Tim Russ is not only innocent, but should be in more memes and GIFs, and especially in May the 4th. Topical and timely. Be with you.
Yeah.
Tim Russ is innocent.
I love this.
Great.
That's
No
my
notes.
presentation.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, guys. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
I gotta say, he's innocent to me because he's doing May the 4th when he was in Star Trek and famously the Star Wars parody. I think that's wonderful that he's doing the Star Wars show. I love that.
You know,
They are.
I
Big
really
time
do too. Look, we got to get some we got to get some Tim Rusty merch going on here. And if you want this nice little overlay, guys, I'll give it to you. Okay,
Oh.
I'll give it to you.
After all the work,
Sorry, Nate.
So rude.
I loved it. I loved it.
That Justice Bacon. So mean.
I swept the scene.
Yeah, you did.
I swept the scene.
I swept the scene.
What a great Herald player
Swept
you
it,
are.
yeah.
I'm not
Thank
talking to you in the green room. I'm
No,
gonna be so
okay.
mad the next 6
You never
weeks.
talk to me in the green room anyway.
Gonna
We're
be-
talking, and then as soon as anybody else comes in, you act like you don't know me.
Well, I might be on the Herald team. Okay, so don't fuck it up.
Well, speaking of a green room, Curtis quite
Yeah.
literally looks like he's in a green room right now.
Yeah, it's because my actual room on the other side is a complete mess. So I don't want. I'm trying to cover that nonsense up. It's
You
horrible.
should green screen yourself into like a hoarder's room.
I would just need to remove the green screen, and then that's all I wouldn't even need to think. Just take this out.
All
Like,
right.
wow, he has way too many comic books. That's, we didn't need to see all that. That's crazy.
Uh,
Well, Curtis, you have a case for us as well. Is
I
it
do.
also about the live stream that's happening after Internet Supreme?
It is. It is not. No, it is not. Katie, you're too kind. Thank you very much for presenting that. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun when we go live at a half hour after this. So it'll be great. Thanks. And Tim Russ is amazing. You'll have a good time with him. But my case is for Edward Kill. It was a big popular meme back in the early 2010s, early 2011s. And he is a Russian singer known for the Trololo song. So, and yeah, that's him. That is him.
that's in.
It's
you've
a
seen this.
classic.
It's a classic early internet meme. I mean, we've all seen this part, you know.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
best.
this was Rick Roll before Rick Roll was cool.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. He was actually born in Smolensk. I have a lot of facts here about the history and him. So it's my understanding. I was told that you get college credit actually for listening to Internet Supreme Court today. So,
You do.
so that's yeah. So
You
he
do.
was born in Smolensk during World War II, and his kindergarten was bombed by the Nazis, and he was orphaned for 2 years. He didn't see his mom for 2 years. So after it was
wow.
bombed, he moved to Bakov. I think I've said that entirely wrong. 1,000. Is it kilometers or kilometers? What do we say in Internet Supreme Court? Kilometers?
We're
Go for it.
straight miles. Straight
Straight miles,
miles.
okay.
Straight
All right,
goddamn
then-
miles. And Bakov, in what country is Bakov?
Oh,
I'll
Bakov.
look that up.
I think it's in Russia, isn't it? Bakov is in
Russia?
Russia. Yeah.
I spelled the Russia completely incorrectly. Let's see if I could find it. Yeah, go on.
It's 1,000 kilometers or 17 miles east of Smolensk, and he lived in a foster home there,
Wow.
and that's when he discovered his deep baritone voice, and he started singing to wounded soldiers in the area. So
Aw.
that's how he kind of honed his. That's how he kind of improved his pipes. That's where he got his pipes from, because he kept singing to the wounded soldiers, and they loved him. And he did it when he was a kid, when he was young. So after 2 years, the war was over. Smolensk was in 1943 was liberated. So then he was moved back there, and he was reunited with his mom. Yay! So that's great. And then they moved to Leningrad, where he began performing pretty regularly, and he went to college. And in the 1930s, so went to college, and he kept singing through college. In the 1950s and the 1960s, he performed all around Russia, and he performed many folk tunes, many pop tunes. And there was one tune called
Handsome
"I
Guy.
Am Very Glad Because I Am Finally Returning Home," that
Ah.
he took a special liking to. However, the lyrics were about an American cowboy type person who was excited to get on his horse and ride his horse home and give his wife a big hug. He was that was the name of the song. I'm very glad because I'm finally returning home. But because it was an American cowboy in the 1950s, at the height of the Cold War, you could not be singing any type of that song in Soviet Russia. So, but he loved the melody and he loved the tune, so he changed it, and he used. I want to get this term right so I can sound like I'm actually in the business. He said he used what's called non-lexical vocals.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, like la la las and do do dos, and the Police used it in a very famous song of theirs called
Roxanne.
Roxanne. Yes.
Every breath you take.
Yep. So he replaced it, and that's how the song came about, and he just sang it that way, and it was catchy, but it never caught on. It was never the Tony Basil, oh Ricky, you're so fine, you're blowing my mind. It was never that popular in Russia. So then in the 1990s, he retired. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna spend time with family and friends, so I'm gonna retire. Cut to 2010, where a YouTuber, and I want to get his name right. I want to get his name right here. His YouTuber, Real Papa Pit, a Russian YouTuber, posted this, and then somebody else, another YouTuber, took the clip of him laughing, and that became kind of like the first Rickroll. So like you would want to click over, the military finds proof of alien life, and you're like, I want to see that, click, and then it's him doing that, him laughing, oh my God, Katie Hampton's performing improv where? Click, and then it's that. So,
Yeah, I remember that. Man.
the cool part though is he was still alive in 2010, so he was around for this becoming a huge internet hit, and
I didn't know that.
he cherished it and he relished it. In fact, there's another video where somebody on the streets of St. Petersburg, there's snow all around. If he got recognized, he would sing the song if he had time. So there's a video of him singing it on the streets of St. Petersburg. So he kind of came out of retirement in 2010. I think he did one last performance on some, whatever Solid Gold of Russia was. He performed it, and that was kind of the last performance of it. And then he passed away on June 4th of 2021. at 77 from complications of a stroke. But towards the end, he even suggested that people write lyrics for it, because the lyrics, what I understand, have been lost to time, because you think, you just Google it and find the lyrics, but because it was so verboten to sing American cowboy lyrics in Soviet Russia, everybody just kind of forgot the lyrics, and he never sang the lyrics. So those lyrics have kind of been lost to time. So toward the end, he made a YouTube video where he's like, I'm happy for anybody to write lyrics, and maybe one day we'll get together and sing the new lyrics to the song. So, but he embraced his meanness at the end, and he was always fun and upbeat, and every time he sang it, he was smiling, and he really loved the melody, which is why he rewrote it using just kind of nonsense, non-lexiconic words, if that's the right song. And then somebody called it the Trololo song. That wasn't the name of it. One of the people that reposted it wrote it. So but I love it because he's smiling, and I mean it's very Andy Kaufman like, because you're always thinking he's gonna start singing, just like Andy Kaufman did with the Mighty Mouse thing. You know, he's always gonna start singing, and then he doesn't. Then he just goes into more of the la 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 la. You just feel good after hearing that song. So I vote not guilty, most certainly, all around. But that's why I like that meme. That's why.
Absolutely. My sons and I used to do a game where I would offer to play a song, usually Threw It on the Ground by On the Island. They loved that song. And then I would play this song instead, and it became a huge joke. And eventually, we found a 10-hour-long video of Saruman from Two Towers singing this song on a loop. And it's my favorite meme of all time. Yes, this man is 100% innocent. He only brings joy. So I am absolutely not guilty.
I'm loving all the backstory. I love the fact that he sang to people, soldiers and things. That's amazing. Yeah, totally not guilty. That's an innocent meme.
Yes. A lot of not guilty today.
Yeah. We got a very innocent show.
Yeah,
Very innocent show.
Here
I
comes
love
Nate
that guy.
Lopez to ruin it.
Yes.
Yeah, Nate, you want to do yours, or do you?
Yeah, let's
break?
do it.
You wanna
I'm
do yours?
available.
Okay.
I'm available.
Available. All right.
Hang on, I got to share my screen. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's.
I hate Nate.
Chatter, chatter.
I hate Nate.
Yada,
so
yada,
much.
Baseball.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right. Are
Oh,
we
boy.
ready, everybody?
Yeah.
Nope.
We're going to Spooky Town today. Spooky
Yeah.
Town, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. As you can see by the title, this is the trial of three men and a baby and a ghost. Ooh. When I was a young man living in Utah, I got to see a movie with my grandparents, and it was Three Men and a Baby. This was a fairly successful comedy. It spawned 2 sequels. It came out in the 80s. I don't know the exact date because it doesn't matter. But what I do know is that Annie Leibovitz, she shot this picture here, and that is a real baby pee. That was the baby peed. And this is a real reaction from Tom Selleck. And she's like, keep going. We're shooting it. And that became the poster. So that's a little bit of fun fact.
There was
Anyways.
too much naked baby in old
In-
stuff. Just
So
Yeah.
bring
many,
that up.
right? This was round. Look who's talking. It's interesting. Anyways,
So much naked baby.
let's talk about this
Nirvana
movie.
album cover.
So it starred, obviously, hunky heartthrob Tom Selleck. Ooh,
Wow.
the man of the
Yeah.
80s, the mustache,
boy.
the man.
Mustache man.
Famous for Quigley Down Under,
Yep.
being a boyfriend on Friends, and obviously Magnum PI.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
He was
Always
the man.
very
He took the
affectionate.
mantle from Burt Reynolds, and he just ran with it, man. This guy was Mr. 80s. But it didn't stop there. Who else was in this movie? Why, Ted Danson. You know,
Mm.
the other heartthrob of the 80s. What is Ted Danson known for? Why, cheers. He's Sam Malone, the retired Boston Red Sox pitcher.
Mhm.
He was also he's also in The Good Place. He's let the hair go gray. He's aged gracefully, and he's become just a wonderful person. What else is he known for? Doing blackface? Oh, I mean,
Oh,
here
no.
we
Oh,
go with
no.
Gulliver's
Wait a
Travels
minute.
instead.
No.
Say Gulliver's Travels
No,
instead.
it's a Curb Your Enthusiasm name.
Man, I remember watching the Gulliver's Travels mini series on.
Oh my God, what is that nightmare of Photoshop on this
it's
poster?
actually-
I am obsessed with this wig.
This movie or this whatever it was, I remember watching it. I remember thinking, I hate it. I'll never watch it again. But now I kind of want to.
Yeah, the
Oh.
90s. I don't know what happened, but like 1992 to 1997, ABC and NBC couldn't get enough of producing some miniseries. Like
They loved it.
it felt like every other month there was some like 3-part miniseries that they were airing.
It's huge.
They loved it. There was also a third star of this movie, Mr. Steve Gutenberg. We all know what he looks like. Steve Gutenberg. What is Steve Gutenberg famous for? Why, he's famous for Police Academy, Short Circuit, and Cocoon. The third sex symbol of the 80s.
Yeah, Wilford Brimley in that photo is actually only like 35.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm 45. Wilford Brimley
He
is
was
I think he was
108. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was 48 in that movie. I'm
Yeah.
only 3 years younger
The
than him.
Cocoon. It's insane.
Yeah, 80s.
Okay.
They
I mean, Steve
aged
Gutenberg.
differently.
Sorry. Yeah.
So,
All that
yeah,
lead in the
Steve
air.
Gutenberg, exactly. So there were other people involved. We had Miss Olivia Dukakis. We had
Mm.
a white baby, you know, and we had a director, Mr. Leonard Nimoy, famous for playing C-3PO.
Please, comments. Get mad. Feel free to get mad at me.
Anyway, in all seriousness, let's talk about what we all came here for. There was a scene in the movie. I'm not playing the music for you, but we're going to watch it. What I want you to do is pay attention here to the left side of the screen. So we press play and we move on, and the grandmother carries the baby and oh my God, did you see it? Did you see it? Oh, it was
Yeah.
there.
Oh, I
We're going to
didn't
do it
see it.
again. Play. And here we go. She's going to pick up the baby. She's going to move across the camera to the left. One of these days, here she goes. She's walking. She's walking. oh no.
Oh no!
You see it here in the
Yeah.
corner.
Who is that?
It's the ghost. It's the ghost of 3 men and a baby. Here's the thing. Back in the 80s, you got to watch movies 3 ways. One, in the movie theaters, and none of my friends saw this in the movie theater because it was a grown-up movie. 2, you saw this on cable. That's how I saw it with my grandparents. 3, you saw it on videotape, and that's where the controversy came in because now we could slow it down. Somebody, somewhere, noticed this in the corner. It was spooky. When I all we saw was a humanoid in the corner, and it was gone, and there was no explanation, and they never talk about it. When you do some lightning on the scene, you can see, well, it's actually pretty obvious what it was, but back in the day, it was terrifying. I can't tell you how many times on Boy Scout trips we talked about this particular ghost. What was the legend? Well, according to us Boy Scouts, that building had housed a family. That family had a young son, 14 years old, who just couldn't take things anymore and either took his own life or accidentally took his own life. And he never left the building. Rather than cleaning up, they just swept everything under the rug, cleaned the apartment floor, and moved in this whole production. In reality, what was it? Well, it was this cutout, this little cutout. It was Sam Malone, Mr. Ted Danson in a top hat, because in the movie there was a deleted scene where he sells breakfast cereal in a top hat and a tuxedo. It was cut from the movie. He was an out-of-work actor. They decided they didn't need it, but they left the cutout in the final cut. So that's what appears in the window is this little cutout. So ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm gonna zig here. I want you to rule guilty.
God damn it.
Why? Because reality sucks. Fantasy rules. This meme is guilty of being boring. It was way better when it was a ghost. Okay, way better. I want more ghosts. I want more haunted, bad movies from the 80s. I want it all. So this is guilty, guilty, guilty. I rest my case.
Nate, I feel like this is very similar to when we did the Marilyn Manson rib.
It's actually cut from that bit. So
I was gonna say it comes from that because while like I don't remember discussing this. This was a thing I discovered back in the days of Snopes when I would look to see like urban legends of that. But like well before Snopes, there was the urban legend of like the person pulling his wiener out in Teen Wolf, and then like that movie gets put out in 4K, and you're like, oh no, there's not a wiener there at all. Like that's just bad VHS transfers over the years, causing a false memory.
Yeah, HD has ruined a lot of these.
Yeah.
The similar with the
hanging,
Munchkin hanging in the back of Wizard of Oz, and now you could download this movie in 4K, and you can clearly see that's a giant bird.
As far as I know, the only real instances of this is Brandon Lee in The Crow. That shot was in this final cut. Bruce Lee, surprisingly, also real. They used his dead body in a movie. Oh. And the creepy kid at the end of Back to the Future 3, he's really a creep.
Yep.
Oh, where he goes like this and then
in the train. Yeah. Oh, and the Twilight Zone movie. That one also.
Yeah,
oh,
really
well, that was horrible. Yeah.
But
when they left it in the final cut.
Also,
I'd much
rather
too, Nate. I'd much rather Ghost Child in 3 Men and a Baby be real than the Twilight Zone thing. So yeah.
This is just like, hey, a lot of like 4K has ruined a lot of bits now. A lot of spooky scariness, and it needs to be all grainy. And I agree. That's guilty when it worked, and it's guilty when it didn't work. I wish it never happened.
I agree.
You know. Katie?
Curtis, do you have any opinions?
No, I agree with Nate. I think as a kid, those mysteries were friggin' cool, and now that they just release it in 4K, you're like, oh, that was stupid. So yeah, guilty.
Man, see, I like when we disprove ghosts being a thing because I have no actual opinions on ghosts, and those kinds of stories terrified me as a kid. But I'll go with you guys. Yeah, that was guilty. Yeah.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
A fun game to play with this. Modern things have ruined very fun things. Watch a Seinfeld episode and see how long it would take for one cell phone to ruin the entire plot.
Yeah.
It's almost 90% of the show.
It's like every 90s sitcom just falls apart by it. So I just finished rewatching all of Friends, and every single one of those stories, just a cell phone would have solved so much time.
Well, every time we watch a horror movie now, they're like, they have to go, oh, and there's no service. Everybody has to say, oh, there's no service.
Yeah. Internet's out. Weird.
Oh, my phone broke.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll take a quick 10-minute break. Take a bathroom break, get some water or whatever. And we'll be back to do the 100 people versus gorilla meme. Yes. And what else we got left? Oh, and we got the King Kong, some King Kong footage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Stay tuned for that.
So stay tuned. See you in 10.
And we are back now. Adam is heading into the grotto of the Gray Gorilla. In this chamber, he has to assemble the Gray Gorilla properly in order to open the next door and get to the Purple Pearl of Panache. Let's go, Adam! Okay, he's up in the room right now, Adam, and he's gonna take that, well, Adam, you actually have to look around the room for the gorilla pieces. They're up there, so, well, You're kind of just standing there looking around. I need you to actually look around the room. Time is running out. You need to look around that room and find the drill. Come on, do something. Do anything. It looks... Oh, geez. All right, it looks like he's found the pieces, and now he's going to start assembling them. You've got a base, you've got a belly, you've got a head. Easy peasy. Let's put them all together. Right. All right, he's going. Matilda, do you have any words of encouragement for your teammate? Yeah, go at him! All right, he's putting them... Okay, that's not correct. That's not the right way to do it. You're going to want to assemble the pieces. You've got a base, you've got a belly, you've got a head. Come on, man. Just put the base down first, then you got... The door's not going to open right. You got it. Let's start over from the beginning, maybe. Just take all the pieces. Oh, it looks like he dropped them there. That's going to be extra time to pick those up. Oh, come on. Go for it. Put the pieces together. Go, come on. Look, that piece goes there. No, that's not cool.
Well, they didn't win, which means they won't be getting the rollerblades, nor the trip to Space Camp. Too bad. Coming up after the break, I will eat the children. Stay tuned. Roar!
Next, you go to this edge of the map, and you just start dumping bodies.
47, don't do that. You're killing innocent people.
There's nobody known as 47. I like to make a little game. See, I throw a couple people off, and then I pick one of them, like this guy here. Yeah. And then I'm going to throw a bunch of people off and see how close I can get.
This is the most disgusting game I've ever seen.
Well, then you need to watch Squid Game. All right, this looks like a good one. Looks like I got some good distance. Nice slide, and, oh, a little far outside. Try another one here. Ooh, getting some good hang time. Oh, yeah. Way off. Let's see here, another one. Ooh, good spin fall. Good spin fall. Ooh, nice slide. Ooh, so close. Another one. Graceful. That was a graceful fall right there. Ooh, just too far out. Kind of stopped suddenly. Ooh, ow, ooh, what a tumble that guy took. Ooh, ah, wow, and really far away. Sorry about that. That was a wasted turn. Here we go again. Outside. Another one. Ooh, perfect right off that ledge. It's been looking really good here. It's lined up nice. Yeah! All right, now that you get a bunch of bodies down there, I think I got a lot. I'm going to throw my nitroglycerin. I only have one, so I only got one shot at this.
Breb's patented topical relief cream is applied directly to the skin and provides fast-acting relief, provided you read all the instructions and apply it correctly.
All the instructions? It just says apply cream.
That's right, you simply apply the cream.
Okay. I did.
But you stopped.
How long am I supposed to apply the cream for?
The cream uses hydrocarbons and polyethylene glycols as well as a few secret ingredients to help your body.
So back up. You're telling me I have to rub in the cream all the time? No, that's ridiculous.
But you already started. You must continue.
You gotta be kidding me. I won't.
Rub it in! Rub in the cream!
Okay, Jesus.
That's right, rub in the cream while at work, on the go, at home, while jogging, while driving, while showering, while playing with the dog, while not playing with the dog, even while sleeping.
You can't expect me to do it while I'm sleeping.
Of course we can. Using our patented sleep cream application guide, you'll learn self-hypnosis, which will train you over a span of several months on how to apply the cream to your whole body while asleep.
A few months. But you said I have to keep applying.
Until that time, a cream application buddy system can be enacted. While one of you sleeps, one of you applies, and vice versa.
Okay, what happens if I stop?
Breb's Relief Cream. Rub it in. Rub it in!
Silent Assassin.
I've never seen a silent assassin get flashbanged so many times.
right, I've silent assassined up all the bodies.
What are you doing?
I was just thinking maybe might be time to explode everything.
No, don't.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Let's try this. Well, that worked out nicely. There. Hope this doesn't kill me. Shabbity doobity. It's raining men.
It's pretty cool.
This time I'll get a little closer on my knee.
No, don't. You're definitely gonna die.
No, it's cool. I got it. 3, 2, 1.
God damn it. All right, thank God it's over.
We at The Real The Substance want you to know that life on The Substance isn't as bad as what the movie wants you to think. You know, there's many celebrities that are already substanced. Jeremy Allen White, you know him? Yeah, he's substanced from Gene Wilder. That one was pretty obvious. Really weird that nobody picked up on that one. Finn Wolfhard, the kid from Stranger Things, yeah, he's just a substanced Tim Burton. And of course, Vladimir Putin, the strongest man in the world, obviously, he is just a substanced the devil. And I just want to say that not only am I a substance promoter, but I am a substance customer, and I've used it, and I got to say that it's probably the best thing that I've ever done in my entire life. Don't listen to him. It's worse than what the movie says. You're always conscious, and your back always hurts. Shut up, old version of me. No one cares what you think. What's with TikTok? What was wrong with Vine? Yeah, you know what, old man? I agree with you on that one.
Can I say something about your substance, you? I couldn't tell the difference. Only the lines going down the screen.
I told him it wasn't worth it. Welcome back.
Hello.
You guys have a good one?
No,
a little
that was a
recess?
Good time. That
Go
was a good
stretch our
recess.
legs?
Why is it called the cell phone? Is it a paramecium? What's going on with that? Why do you call it a regular phone? Why not a cordless phone? It doesn't have a cord to it. Look at, there's no cord. What's the deal?
I'm out. I'm out on the cell phone. I'm out, Jerry.
Oh,
Let me
boy.
tell you about this idea, Jerry. It's cuckoo.
Dance.
All right, so we're bringing back Seinfeld. Finally.
Does anybody watch the John Mulaney live late night talk show thing on Netflix?
I have not yet. I hear very, very mixed reviews on it.
Yeah, that's about right. But last night they did a bit where for no reason it was just Seinfeld if all the characters were the members of the band Fish. And it was literally just the members of the band Fish dressed like Seinfeld characters reenacting Seinfeld plots.
Post cocaine, John Mulaney got weird, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
Real.
That's
Only guy in the
literally-
world to ever get weirder off cocaine.
We were talking about how the show feels like the ideas of a man on drugs, but it's a man off drugs, freshly off drugs instead.
It's his brain rebounding.
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
happening.
Yeah, it is.
All
Well,
right.
speaking of rebounding and things that feel like they're on drugs, I co-host a podcast called Horror Movie Night, and we've been doing a thing on our Patreon called Patreon Pilots, where my co-host Kyle will make us watch the pilot episode of a short-lived horror-themed TV series.
Wow.
And this past Tuesday, we recorded an episode on something that was so strange, I had to take the video that he had sent and isolate it just a couple minutes for you guys to experience. When I say the names Rankin and Bass, what comes to your mind?
Bad.
The greatest adventure is what lies ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christmas, stop motion, lots of good
Quick.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Now,
Misfit
what
toys.
Lemmings.
What if I told you that
Oh,
Oh, no.
shortly after they did Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
Oh,
they tried their hand at hand-drawn animation
Oof.
and produced what is currently considered the first anime-based series ever produced in Japan for an American audience.
Wow.
And that was The King Kong Show.
Oh,
So,
Oh man.
What?
the
Jerry,
King Kong
I'm out.
Kong Show. King Kong Show was produced in 1965. They made 25 episodes and it ran in syndication on ABC on Saturday mornings from 1966 until 1969. So they got 3 years out of these 25 episodes. on
ABC's
Saturday
guilty.
morning.
Wow.
ABC is
fair.
guilty. ABC is guilty.
To
ABC,
be
you're
f-
guilty.
3 years for Rankin and Bass that's a strikeout, man.
Yeah.
I mean, those they go for 80.
So in the King Kong Show, the series follows the giant ape named Kong, who befriended the Bond family, with whom he goes on various adventures, fighting monsters and robots and aliens and mad scientists. They didn't have enough time to make full 20-minute episodes of King Kong Show. So instead, what they did was 2 6-minute episodes, and then sandwiched in the middle, which I didn't get to see this, but was a cartoon called Tom of Thumb. And it was a spy parody starring the character of Tom Thumb.
Oh.
So I'll have
The
to
more
track
you
some of that
talk,
now.
the worse everything gets.
I love that we haven't
The
even
more
seen a visual
information
yet.
we learn.
This is just
Can't wait
public
to see
domain.
This. I can't
I
wait.
know.
So
Just
I
public
took this-
domain, the cartoon.
Yeah.
We're gonna
They had
bring up
no respect for children. No respect.
No, things
So
have to be
what I-
terrifying.
what I've isolated for us is one of the first clip of moving animation from this episode. The back from commercial break bumper,
Ooh, I
the
love those.
cinematic final fight of the first episode, and the stay tuned for what's on Kong next week. And then I also have the theme song. We'll play that later because I don't know how strong YouTube's bots are for the 1966 King Kong Show theme
They're strong.
song.
They're
But here we go.
Loving it.
He's been brought up on that. It's a special signal for all of us. It means come running. A good thing, especially in places like this.
Oh wow.
That's it now. Now listen up. Hey, look at Kong. It's Kong swinging. But if you really want to swing Kong, watch this.
So that's our bumper there. Does that make you want to keep watching?
Yes,
That's reused.
absolutely.
That has to be reused animation. That looks like reused animation from something else. I've seen this before. What is this?
Oh.
Open the arms locker.
Kong saves the day by beating an octopus to death with a big old bat.
A giant octopus and spilling ink everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the actual bag of fucks is happening?
I feel like we're watching hentai, honestly.
Yes.
Honestly,
How does this feel so dirty? Did they just
The
color
grunting.
over porn? And like,
That's what it
is that why? Like, it feels like wrong. Whatever. Like that. This is sexual. This
Yeah,
scene.
yeah. Why
Like,
was he biting down on the stick?
Yeah. Huh. That kind of looks like hair. That looks like a head and the crotch.
And
yeah. Okay.
And then
Jesus Christ.
And then here's
Full
our
release.
stay tuned for next week bumper.
What's the matter with you two? We're bored. Well, you won't be for long. We won't? Nope. Just 1 week from today, you'll have all the action you want. Watch.
You won't be bored for long. You
Boo.
just gotta wait 7 days, and then things will get
Boo.
exciting again.
For 6 minutes of action.
Wow.
How dare you?
Are they all in a band? Because all those 60, 70 shows, they're all in a band at the end.
That's
They
a
all
good
play
point. That's a
like
good
some-
point.
All right. Well,
They
I do
break
want
the
you guys.
fourth wall.
They look like extras from Scooby Doo, is what they
Yeah.
look
Like C Lab 2020.
It's
It
impressive.
wishes.
I'm gonna
Ugh.
pull the volume down for just a second. It makes sense that it's Rankin and Bass though, because it has the fluidity of a stop motion character
Yeah.
moving in a Rankin and
Yeah.
Bass thing.
I thought that might have just been your internet. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's the actual animation. Like it's so jumpy.
No, it's at most this is like 12 frames a second. At most. At
What's
most.
crazy? Like the entire world for like 40 years was obsessed with like humanized monkeys. It's
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
wild. Like, you don't see that anymore. But I'd say from 60 to 1989, it was everywhere.
I've read where like DC Comics, whenever they wanted to up a sale of an issue, they would put a gorilla on the cover, and that particular
Really?
issue would just sell more than the other issues. Yeah,
What?
a gorilla on the
So
cover.
we've-
That's what. Yeah,
we've always
Julius. I
had
think it was
this
an interview with
gorilla.
Julius Schwartz or something. Somebody we're like, yeah, we would just put gorillas on the cover because that would sell. The comic would sell more copies on the
That
stand.
is
for some reason.
crazy. And I guess we're about to prove it still works today with the next case. But it's,
Yeah,
I don't want us to run a risk with this theme song, but I will say the King Kong theme, a bit of a banger, and highly recommend tracking that bad boy down.
Okay,
for-
well, if they spent any money on anything in children's cartoons, it was on the theme song because that
Yeah.
sucker was at the beginning of everything. It had the best animation, it had the best songs, and then as soon as the thing started, you're like, wait, what?
What is this?
yeah.
You lied. That intro lied.
what's crazy is anime still does that. They spend thousands of dollars on their opening and closing themes. They hire legitimate like rock stars from Japan to play it, so it stands out. And so it's still the same to this day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's anime for you. But there, I'm gonna do this for like 3 seconds. Here we go. That was not a good part to sell you on that song. That was
No.
them explaining the plot.
Young boy in the palm of a monkey by the sea, taken out to sea, just a young boy and his monkey.
Yeah, I don't like that King Kong went from Fay Ray to a young boy.
I don't like that he destroyed a volcano in order to get his name placed
Just
on the side of
name, just to get
it.
his name on the screen.
Sorry, Pompey.
How else do
Is
you
this
recommend he
considered
does it?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Is this
Sorry.
considered King Kong canon? That's what I want to know.
No, not at all. In fact, under reception on the Wikipedia page, it says in the 2007 book, Comics Gone Ape, The Missing Link to Primates in Comics, comic historian Michael Urey writes that the Rankin-Bass King Kong was an early case of identity theft where the Kong name was appropriated under some type of license to describe a completely new character that at best only remotely resembled his namesake. They did Kong wrong, is the quote.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I should
mean,
point
it's
out
fair,
this
it's
is one
trash.
this is one of 4 animated attempts that there were at a King Kong TV show throughout history.
And they only got better with each one. They learned from the previous mistakes.
Yep.
And that's why we all watch them now.
Yeah.
So here, I'm just gonna say, if you feel like you would watch more, then say Innocent. But I'm gonna say one and done for me on Old King
No,
Kong.
thanks. Seen enough. Thank you. Next cartoon. That would be me.
Yeah, I'm a vote guilty on that one.
Yeah, I'm guilty too. That's something I would watch and go, oh, this is gonna be so bad it's good, and then I watch it and I go, no,
It's not good.
no.
Yeah.
When they're
I've
talking
got-
about being bored in the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hated that
Yes.
as a kid. I hated that as a kid. Oh, we're bored. And I'm like, oh, no, not the I'm
No.
bored episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh.
There's only one good I'm bored episode, and it's called "Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence" from Ren and Stimpy.
Okay.
That was a good
All
one.
right. That's a good
I
one.
think C-Lab 2020, bringing them back, 2021, they did an episode where they had the new cast just do an old episode. It was awful. It was awful. These bad cartoons are awful, even when they're done with funny comedians. This is so guilty.
They definitely did that with because I finally completed my Harvey Birdman Attorney at Law DVD set. And the final season, they literally do just like pull out an old episode of Harvey Birdman and play it mostly straight with a few like overdubs here and there. And it is
Yeah.
punishing to sit through those 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They bad. Just bad.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
All right. That leads us to our last. Is this the last one?
Yeah.
Last
so.
case. Last case. It's the 100 people versus one gorilla argument. Now, I
Finally,
don't really
gorillas.
want to. What?
Finally, a gorilla case. I
yeah, finally.
get more interested when we talk about gorillas.
You know, now.
Can I interest you in a cartoon from 1966?
No, we're caught in the loop.
I'm
We're caught in the
intrigued.
loop.
I'm bored.
Oh,
Well, just you wait, because in 1 week from today, there's going to be a great episode of Internet Supreme
I
Court.
can't wait. I hope it's less than
Just
7
look.
minutes. I hope it's less than
Stop
7
it.
minutes. I'm in a hurry.
Get some help.
Amazing.
God
Sorry,
damn
Megan.
it.
We're being very rude to you.
No, it's fine. No, like here's the thing. In pop culture, we do have a lot of like gorilla spurts, and it's something that like they're so close to our hearts. Gorillas are really cool animals, and every now and then we like to talk about them, and they're amazing creatures, and they're very very strong. And I think this, if we've all heard this, it's been gone through in the ringer already, like for 3 days of the 100 people versus one gorilla. And one of the reasons why it's a great argument is because I'm like, it seems pretty even. And I feel like you could really argue either way. I asked ChatGPT, it thinks that 100 people could defeat the gorilla just because eventually the gorilla will get tired out, but there's going to be like casualties. But again, I don't know. I don't think it really takes into account like the human element of like being scared. The gorilla might just be able to pick everybody off. I don't know. Does anybody have any thoughts on this argument?
Bloodbath. Absolute bloodbath.
Yeah, I was going to say, are the humans supposed to be armed with weapons or just pure
No.
fists?
Fists.
I think Gorilla wins this. I remember my version of this in college was who would win in a fight, a grizzly bear or a silverback gorilla, and in that case, also voting silverback gorilla. I think they're underrated sometimes in people's minds of how much of a killing machine they can truly be.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough humans that are brave enough to go in and be or dumb enough to be the because the first 20 are going to die, right?
Yeah.
So that first wave is just never going to get started, is what I think.
It
I think
feels
Gorilla
very
picks 'em off.
similar to the storming Area 51 argument of they can't shoot us all, and it's like, oh, they most certainly could.
Yeah, I
That
think
one's
if the
more
humans were coordinated and some of them were willing to give their bodies for the cause, the humans would win. But I think that's a very rare instance.
Yep, it only takes one to sink that boat. That boat's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
sunk.
Yeah. I
That's when
think
the
that would take.
gorilla tears them limb to limb, and then they're like, "Oh, that's awful," and then they leave.
Yeah. So these kind of hypotheticals, we've been doing this forever. That's like what comic book movies are all about. That's like what Avengers did so well of just like, or was it the third Thor movie or second Thor movie? The one where Hulk and Thor fight each other.
Third movie.
And that's just like, oh, that's you as a kid being like, who would win? Hulk versus Thor. Like, it's just fun to have these kinds of things. And I'm glad that this is actually kind of back in the zeitgeist. I wish that it kind of was a little bit more, like you could change it a little bit more. This meme had a little bit more to it because like 100 people versus the gorilla. Now what do you do? Like now you do, what's it take? 1,000 people to kill a gorilla? How many people, like in your mind, do you think it gets to before the people win?
I feel like it's all just a matter of does the gorilla ever lose stamina? To me, anyway.
I think it would eventually.
Yeah.
1,000?
Yeah, maybe 1,000, but even then,
However long
Definitely.
it takes for the gorilla to lay on the ground with its child friend and determine that he's bored, that would be the point.
It's a long time.
I think
a
it's
long
definitely. I think definitely 1,000 does it. I think the question is where between 100 and 1,000. Where is
Yeah.
that? Where's that line?
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
that middle? Yeah.
And that's really all you could do with that one. So I thought, that I would make something. I shared it in the chat. So if anybody's watching right now, you could participate. I've shared it with all you judges. It's in our private chat as well. So if you guys want to pull that up, what I've done is I've made a live tier maker. And what we're going to do is go through product mascots and we're going to rank them. We're going to put them into tiers in who you think you could take in a fight. So now we've made it personal. Now it's not 100 random people in a gorilla. Now it's, I want to know your opinion on if you think you could take this or you think it'll take you out. Now, if you open, I'll go ahead and share my screen so we could do this all together.
Press the share screen button.
Okay. Explain it more.
And first up, I give Bacon a not guilty vote for using the word zeitgeist.
Thank you.
Yes.
There we go. Product mascots ranked by who you could take in a fight. Now, we're going to go through this, and we're going to get 15 seconds each time to choose. And green means that you could kill it in one punch. Like, it's something that you could easily kill. Here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and say, like, snap, crackle, and pop. One punch each. I could stomp, stomp, stomp. Snap, crackle, pop, goes their bones. That's what I think. But, you might think, like, oh, no sweat. I wouldn't be able to kill him in one punch, but it'd be no sweat to take him out. Like, maybe it'd be hard to grab him or something like that. Took some damage, so that'd be, hey, I took this thing on and it got a couple hits in. I got, but I was in charge the whole time. Victory with a limp. That's like, hey, there might have been I might not have been able to make this out alive on this one. And then there's no chance, which is like, I have no chance against this thing. This thing's gonna steamroll me. Is everybody ready?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. So we're gonna start with snap, crackle, and pop. I'm gonna say one punch. Doesn't it? It's not counting my vote.
I definitely clicked a different thing.
Mine's not clicking at all.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I
that's
can't.
great.
Somebody took some damage.
Yeah.
Somebody-
all right.
not-
It
not
didn't.
I.
I'm gonna go ahead and
I
redo it.
did.
Okay.
We
I'm
got
gonna
11
refresh.
participants. Yeah, I refreshed it. We're paused right now. I don't think did anybody vote took damage?
I vote took
No.
damage.
Okay. Oh, here, look. It's just not on there already. We have 2 took damage, 1. Any of those? No. Should I start it over?
So is it just whatever got the most votes at that time is where it ends up in the tier?
Oh, maybe that's where it is. All right, we'll just
Oh.
keep going, and whatever it does, it does. We could adjust this later.
Okay.
Zach the Lego Maniac.
Oh.
I'm gonna say, you can as soon as you click it, it votes. Feel free to shout your opinions. Okay, you're fighting the android from the Android phones. Victor, you guys are scared. I guess I don't know its powers.
I don't
It's a
either. What if
robot,
that
dude.
giant mouth opens and it's
Yeah,
full of
no,
really sharp
yeah.
teeth? Like,
Yeah, it eats old people's medicine for fuel. No, thank you.
This is the WhatsApp guy.
Oh, that guy.
That guy's on heroin. Boom.
yeah.
I know. That's why I voted for Victory with the Limp. Oh, the Trix Rabbit. How
Oh.
easy do you think the Trix Rabbit would be?
Oh, I
punch.
think that thing's pretty fierce.
Yeah.
You
I
think so?
Yeah.
Oh,
It seems nice, but that'll rip. Yeah.
Chance.
That's
He's
got a dark-
never
he's got a dark side.
won. He can't get cereal from children.
Yeah, he's got a ton of pent up rage.
Oh, Toucan Sam.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
That
come
thing
on.
will-
Yeah,
No, that
Toucan, it's a
beak-
bird.
That beak will rip your arm off.
No,
That- It'll try.
Yeah.
he has a Fruit Loop addiction. Tony the Tiger.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
Impossible.
dead.
Yeah.
Nah, absolutely.
No.
not.
Impossible.
No.
Yeah, no.
a
we're
tiger
nobody
that's
can-
also
He's a tiger.
juicing. We have no chance.
He's basically BoJack. Yeah, I know I can't beat up Bo Jackson, so
The man has one piece of clothing and it's around his neck.
Oh, the Noid. The Noid from
Oh.
what is it, Pizza Hut commercials?
Jesus.
Yeah.
There's
this is
no way.
This is a great time for me to mention that we did make for Christmas 365 a Noid to the World T-shirt that's just
Oh
the
my
Noid
God.
surrounded by a wreath.
Spuds McKenzie.
Spuds
Oh,
McKenzie.
do you think you'd be able to take Spuds McKenzie?
I'd limp.
He's,
I'd limp.
well, he's drunk. I mean, geez.
Yeah, it is a drunk dog. I can't believe Noid got no sweat. That thing is a literal demon.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a deep. Oh yeah, no, I didn't. I
Uh,
clicked Victor with a limp on that one.
Sponge monkeys. Sponge
Oh.
monkeys.
One punch.
Step on those motherfuckers.
They're already almost dead.
Yeah.
Those
Almost.
things are barely hanging on. Oh, Snuggles, the bear.
Oh, I feel like he's gonna turn that like horror Winnie the Pooh style. and
Oh
so
yeah.
there's no.
No, I'd
chance.
rip his head right off. I could rip that head clean off. Snoopy and Woodstock
Snoopy.
from the MetLife
You
commercial.
know what? I'm gonna say no chance because I couldn't punch
Can't.
Snoopy. I just
Yeah,
couldn't
what if he
punch
Or
him.
goes?
Woodstock.
What if
Also,
he
don't
gets in the
forget that he
Southwest-
might also be a jet pilot. You never
Yeah,
know what
exactly.
version of
Oh,
Snoopy
that's
you're gonna
right.
get.
Exactly. If it's a Sopwith camel, you're
Oh.
done.
No.
Smokey the bear. No way. He has a shovel. He's a bear
Oh.
and he has a shovel. And he
Yeah.
knows the woods better than you.
But he wears pants, so you know he's gonna have
He's
limited
packing.
mobility.
It's gonna have limited than you. So you're fighting no pants?
Yes, obviously.
Scrubbing bubbles. No shot in hell. Those things
Yeah.
are
I-
magic.
It's like nanobots.
Dude, you just gave me the idea for a great nostalgic based horror film where those things just are relentless.
Kill.
and
They're
someone's
like
like,
ghoulies. Yeah.
Oh.
Ronald McDonald also has magic. I don't think there's any way.
I'm taking him down.
He can literally make you disappear into another realm.
Unless
You
he's
could
a
just have
clown.
Grimace sit
Oh.
on you.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a chance he's the it guy.
Yeah, it's true.
Super Mario. No
chance.
Oh.
shot.
He'll just jump right over you.
Yeah.
Grab that mallet and bang you on the
Man,
head.
no chances
Or
getting
just
hacked
punch your
right now.
house down.
It's crazy how many product mascots can kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And real life products. The Pillsbury Doughboy. Easy. A rock.
One punch.
He'd
a
be
heavy
into it
rock.
though. Every punch he would be loving.
Mhm.
Yeah, but what if
You
he had
giggle
a
in
yeast
with every
infection, that
every
wouldn't
hit.
work. I mean, poke him right in the stomach, and you're all infected.
Gross.
I'm not
guy.
touching him. I'm flat rock. Oh, Pepsi Man.
What?
Pepsi Man.
I don't know what that is. I'm afraid of
If you
him.
don't know what
I
Pepsi
Yeah.
Man is, there's a video game on him. He was a
Whoa.
popular. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
look how ripped he is. He's magical
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
He's
no,
got
I'll
ripped.
die. I'll die by
I'm
his
gonna go
hand.
no chance on
What is
the
that?
Pepsi
All
Man.
that caffeine and sugar? No, thank you.
Mhm. If he touches you, you know,
Man, have
you
they
get
gotten rid of the
diabetes.
Nesquik? rabbit?
Nesquik rabbit.
Oh.
I don't know.
I still think
I
I could
don't
take him.
know.
Everybody was grabbing him by his ears, so I feel
Yeah.
like we know where his
Right.
weakness is.
I think you're thinking of Roger Rabbit.
Nobody grabbed him by the. Oh, I probably am. Yeah.
The Old Spice guy.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm
I
dead.
feel
No,
like
no chance.
actually, I feel
I'm-
like you could punch him into one of his other dimensions, and then it would just be done. You know?
I feel
I
like
think
I
it would
would
be an
fight
easy
him
fight.
with no pants too.
Yeah, Nate, he's not wearing pants. He has
Wait
so
a
much
minute.
mobility. Mr. Clean.
First childhood crush, not lying.
Oh my God.
So you just couldn't throw a punch at that man?
No, I'm dead.
Mine
Again,
was Winnie
fighting
Cooper,
with no
in case,
pants.
in case you were wondering.
Winnie Cooper. I should have put
Yeah.
her
He's
on
my
here.
favorite cereal mascot.
Yeah. Mr. Peanut. Now this one's
Oh.
difficult. I don't think he's
he-
magical. I think he's just a nut.
what
I
about
think
what
he's a
about
limp.
the Mr. Peanut from the robot movie that just came out?
No one
Ooh.
wanted to watch that.
Okay.
Yeah. Electric,
Electric
State?
State.
Nah.
That's it.
Mr. Met.
Oh,
Oh,
Impossible.
Mr. Met.
One punch.
Does he
impossible.
fight as well as his team plays?
He's protecting his lady, and the Mets are the best team in baseball right now. Thank you very much. Go Mets.
Wow. The Monopoly guy. Easy.
Mr.
it'd be
Penny
a fight.
Bags or Money Bags.
Easy.
Or the hell.
Penny bags.
It's really top and bottom heavy.
Yeah.
It's easier to vote
I went-
extreme.
Yeah.
I think
But
I
also,
just
like,
explained
I don't
America.
Yeah. Mickey Mouse.
Oh.
Now, was it Fantasia Mickey Mouse, or is this like, does he have
I would
powers?
punch Fantasia Mickey Mouse. He was breaking some rules.
Yeah. Katie, infamous rule follower.
I really am.
Yeah. The Michelin Man.
Oh, death by Michelin.
No way
They'll
you could
just
take
roll
the
right
Michelin
over
Man.
you. Just roll right over you. Boom.
You punch him, he's just rubber.
Yeah,
know,
you just
tires-
literally, I'm
I
rubber,
used
you're
to-
glue.
I
You
thought he
know
was the Stay
yourself.
Puft Marshmallow Man for many years as a child.
I
What's
did too.
crazy is he decides what fine dining is.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. We can cover that.
Gordon
The
Jump.
Maytag Man.
No sweat.
Oh, one
He's
punch,
too
yeah.
tired and bored.
And he has to go run a WKRP in Cincinnati. Is what he has to go do.
The M&Ms.
Oh, that's one punch. That's
Easy.
it's middle of the road. There'll be a fight.
You just
I
need to
would-
dress as Santa, scare them.
I-
They do exist.
I mean, I would keep them alive and eat them, if I'm being honest.
Screaming. Oh, the Lucky Charms.
No,
punch.
impossible.
no. It's a leopard. He's got magic. He's got big magic.
Exactly. I've seen all those movies. You can't win.
Oh, yeah, Nate and I watched all the Leprechauns.
Oh,
They're
God.
all
Don't
good.
recommend.
No. Little Debbie.
One
Oh.
One punch. There's just something funny about punching
Little Debbie in the face.
Like, what's wrong with you, you monster? Little
I feel like
Pow!
I worked with most of these on Unfrosted.
Oh.
Oh, the Burger King guy.
The Burger King
Oh.
guy, remember he got his own video games that you could get from
Sneak King. Yeah.
Oh man, they were great. Bump
Oh my
King
God.
was my favorite.
He's magic, though, right?
Yeah. And also just terrifying.
Jolly
Oh,
Green
yeah. Oh.
Giant.
Dead.
He's one punch on you.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
He's
Yeah.
one step on you.
Yeah, he's
You know,
one
what'd
Yeah.
be really
Megan, we s-
embarrassed is that you'd see his dick and balls right before he crushed you.
We still have 18 more of these.
I mean, we don't have to do all of them.
I just noticed
Jake from State Farm.
I just noticed the countdown beside the faces.
I just noticed too. I just picked 50. Seemed like a good number. I found all these. I mean, Jake from State Farm. See,
He's gonna put
that's
up
a
a
more
fight.
middle of the road. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
the
definitely gonna put
Marlboro
up a
man.
Oh,
Oh, one
no
punch.
way.
Those
Impossible.
lungs.
No, the guy
Sacrifice?
would hit his target heart rate pretty quickly.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
He'd be difficult.
Does he get a lasso? If so,
I think he comes with the hat and the boots.
But he's gonna burn you with his cigarette. He's gonna right in your eye.
yeah,
Gritty.
that makes sense.
Yeah, you can't take down Gritty. Gritty's unhinged.
And he's from
Gritty is-
Philadelphia, so
Yeah,
he'll
listen,
fight you till he's
the
dead.
big news story in Pennsylvania right now is a girl got angry at someone in traffic and shit on the hood of her car.
Oh,
Like,
She's
there is
now in
videos of it.
Philadelphia, and she's on a float.
she has her own podcast. It's called Talking Shit. Flo.
Oh, Flo.
One punch.
She took-
Do you know Flo, Katie?
I have worked with Flo a little bit, but not much. I don't really know her.
Could you
What
Not
a
well enough
kid.
to know
How
if
do
she
you
can
think?
take a punch or not.
Yeah,
She,
is she one
I,
punch?
she could be scrappy. I don't think she'd be one punch.
She has the
Energizer
career
Bunny.
that I want. I'm not
Here's
lying.
the thing: Energizer
Yeah.
Bunny's gonna keep going.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you just remove his battery.
Oh, was that Bacon? I got a question as we're nearing the final 12, and I'm looking at the
Yeah.
Energizer battery. Did that horrifying Duracell family make it into these? 50?
Oh no, because everyone knows they'd kill you. Colonel Sanders, one punch, easy.
One punch.
I don't know. I think it would take two. He's a
Bacon,
colonel.
what noise would Colonel Sanders make when you punch him in the punch him?
The Charmin Bears.
Family, the whole
Yeah.
family,
Yeah, you got to
They're
take down
bears.
it's 3 bears.
and they're
It's 3
constantly
bears.
shitting.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
with
constantly are
diarrhea.
shitting.
Captain Crunch.
Crunch, one punch.
Jesus.
He's pretty small. You think of one punch, Captain Crunch?
He's got a
one punch
crew.
Captain
He
Crunch.
cut up your
though.
wrist. He'll cut up your knuckles.
I watch
So he
Black
gets-
Sails. You fight the captain, you fight the crew. No, thank you.
I was gonna say he doesn't get the title of captain for nothing.
That's right.
The Honey Nut Cheerios bee.
He'd fight you, but he
yeah.
would die too.
He'd
He's
die
gonna
because
sting you
he'd
a couple
sting you.
of
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still going with how embarrassing it looks when I try to fight a bee. Like you might get. There's probably at least going to be a little bit of damage on my end.
Just walk by a garbage can. He'll get
Oh.
distracted.
Dead
no
immediately.
chance.
This
The
dude.
brawny,
man.
the brawny guy.
You know, you could actually beat him because he'd be hitting on your significant other. That's what he
So
looks
we
like
all
a
agree
scumbag.
that you can't trust this guy. right?
Absolutely not.
The big
Yeah,
boy.
Bob's big boy. Yeah, he's got some demons.
Yeah, he is a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in LA, right?
Yes, he
he
is.
so
Yeah.
much.
Oh, he is. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Down the road.
Nice.
He's seen too much.
Oh,
Mrs.
Mrs.
Met.
Met. Oh, no.
Why would you want to? That's the question. Mrs.
You'd
Met,
hit that
no.
if there was a hit that. But
Well, that's what we really need to do is a hit that or not.
okay,
There you
we could do
go.
this same list, but
Yeah, let's do it. I've got another 18 minutes.
the Affleck duck.
I don't know, man.
come on,
Ducks are
victory with a
fucking
lip.
wild.
No way, that duck is fucking kickable.
All you gotta
I've
do is
seen-
land one. You land
Yeah.
one punch.
That duck you kick like a football. I mean, now we're so far along, we just have to finish.
We have to
It's
finish
like a
it
pee,
now.
you know. Wendy.
Wendy? I don't know. Redheads. They're scary.
What?
Yeah, she's gonna be quick. She's gonna be, I don't know. I don't underestimate Wendy.
Could be scrappy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's her father's love. Chester Cheetah.
He's such a cool dude. He's probably got people to back him up.
And he's got
Probably the
claws.
strongest stoner you know.
Yes.
Ch-
Next to Seth Rogen. I imagine he has weird strength.
Chester Cheetah also, I believe, got a video game at one point.
Oh yeah,
That is true.
yeah. Kool-Aid
Oh,
Man.
Kool-Aid Man. He goes
He's
through walls.
indestructible. Yeah.
His glass is thick enough to go through walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
rough.
His
That's one of
Kool-Aid,
those
his
that you like.
blood.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Because he asked everybody
Oh.
to drink it. I just think he's a vessel, And he makes Kool-Aid in himself.
Oh,
Jack
okay.
in the Box, Jack. Oof,
I'm
easy.
taking him down.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty easy fight.
You know. Also, is his head made out of the same thing that those like antenna things are made out of?
I
I
think
would
so.
imagine. I think we finished, you guys.
We did. We did all 50.
There you
Wow.
go. There we go.
I freaking love it.
Top and bottom heavy. You know, I love stuff like this, you guys, even though, you know, maybe it was about 10 too long, 15 too long, whatever. 20 too long. Who's
47.
counting? 47 too. You know, maybe we just did 3 of them. Who cares? Who cares who's counting? Not me, because I was having a blast with friends. That's what I was doing.
That's all that matters.
Right? And it's the friends we made along the way. It's not about which actual bears we could kill.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
true.
You know? But yeah, I mean, I love stuff like this. I'm glad it kind of came back in the zeitgeist of, you know, these hypothetical questions. It's weird that it came in. Like, was there just like a missing hole in the news that this got like filled by? Like,
Must have. It
because
must
when
have
I
been.
did research on it, they said that it started. Somebody posted this on a Reddit thread in 2020. Like, was
Oh,
the
gosh.
first, yeah. And now
I
all
think
of a
this
sudden-
stuff picks up because everything else is so awful all the time that this stuff is just easy to have like arguments where you're not actually attacking each other's like base
Yeah.
fundamental beliefs, you know?
Yeah.
So it's easy. This is fun to argue about.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that this is this kind of shit is not guilty.
I agree.
I agree
You
with
know,
that.
it fills time. It's fun. It is a fun way to debate. I think it's a great way to teach kids debate, you know, and then you could be like, all right, but let's use like real terms, like, and let's focus on these points, and then nobody can get like mad, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Great.
Curtis?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I give a thumbs up. Yeah, not guilty.
You know what it is. So yeah, we're almost done here. Do you guys want to plug your show again
Yeah.
one last time? before
Yeah.
we go?
I think
Yeah.
we're going right into the Kickstarter launch, right into the Geekscape Live. A big thank you to the entire Geekscape podcast community for having us on for the next hour with Tim Russ.
Yeah, who's already in the room, and so is Marie now.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Well, if that's the case.
what did we learn today, guys?
You know, I learned that there are a lot of things that we all want to fight.
And I think I've learned that a lot of people think they could take a lot of cereal mascots, basically.
Yeah.
I learned that sometimes just because you can make a cartoon on a beloved 1930s cinematic masterpiece, you probably shouldn't.
I agree. Nate, you learned
Also,
anything?
And then America just
Aw.
loves apes.
They do. Nate has
I
a new
learned.
pups. Yeah.
I learned that Bean is the cutest dog in the world. Look at him. Look at her. Look at her.
Oh, so cute.
He's so cute.
And I learned if you're going to write an 80s sitcom, that's the period you're writing, because that way you don't have to worry about cell phones.
Yeah, just make every sitcom take place in the 80s from here on out.
Yeah.
I'm
And
in.
and subscribe to Geekscape TV on YouTube so that you never miss out on cool events like the one that's happening in like 5 minutes.
Stick around. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. See you guys next week. We'll be back. Same time.